Despite his excessive use of illegal substances,
Last time I took drugs, I probably took more than anybody could survive.
Charlie Sheen was the highest paid actor on television for playing Charlie Harper in Two and a Half Men, earning a staggering $1.8 million per episode. We're gonna discuss the reasons behind Charlie Sheen's tragic downfall. However, to understand it completely, we need to look a bit at the time he wasn't that famous yet. The first role Charlie landed was the role of Matt Eckert in the 1984 movie called Red Dawn. He was 19 years old, and while there were some occasional reports of partying and wild behavior, his substance abuse problems did not reach a critical level of public attention. Yet. He played a few more roles without being called out for his illegal actions, establishing himself a good reputation in the movie industry. However, all of this changed in May of 1990, and as a consequence to that, he split up with his then fiancée and began to draw more and more attention towards himself and his mental battles. The year is 1990, and Charlie Sheen has been engaged to Kelly Preston for a few months now. Even the media knows it, since Charlie and Kelly were two of the biggest stars of the 1980s. However, things ended in a shocking and violent way, with a gunshot. After the event, the actress received stitches on her arm. Reports said Sheen was the one who shot her, although both actors said it wasn't true. And in 2016, Sheen explained the incident when asked by an interviewer, saying he was downstairs making coffee, thinking his fiancée was still sleeping upstairs, when suddenly he heard a gunshot, and his first thought was something his fans didn't expect.
She did it. She finally fucking did it. She killed herself and they're gonna fucking blame me.
Charlie went towards the bathroom and saw Kelly naked at the top of the stairs, holding her wrist and covered in blood. I thought, that's pretty fucking hot, Sheen said, but he later claimed it was just a joke and he didn't actually think that. But how did the actress manage to shoot herself? Charlie said she lifted his pants from a scale the couple had in their bathroom and didn't realize he was carrying a tiny revolver in his trousers. The gun fell out and shot the toilet bowl. Kelly Preston later said she was hit by one of the pieces of the bowl and not with the actual bullet. The couple split up not much longer after the incident, and the media started to blame Charlie for shooting Kelly while being under the influence, which worsened his anxiety and supported his craving for the usage of substances. 5 years after being engaged to Kelly Preston, in July of 1995, Charlie Sheen met Donna Peel, a model at the time, while filming a cigarette commercial. They quickly became involved and got married in the next 3 months. While married to Donna Peel, Sheen was subpoenaed to testify in the trial of Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleisch, revealing his history of hiring escorts, saying he spent over $1.6 million on prostitutes in the last couple of years, which added to the media frenzy around his personal life. The divorce was quick as well. It finalized in November of 1996, just 1 year after the wedding, and many fans believe Charlie was simply not the type of man who wanted marriage.
Is it true that you wrote $70,000 worth of checks to Heidi Fleisch? Totally untrue. It was about $2 million.
In May of 1988, Charlie Sheen was arrested for possession of cocaine after police got their anonymous tip about suspicious activity involving Sheen's car. When the officers approached the vehicle, they found out the tip was right. Sheen didn't admit to the crime, but also didn't deny it. Therefore, he was ordered to visit a rehabilitation program, perform community service, and was placed on probation. Visiting a rehab program marked the beginning of his publicly known battles with substance abuse. 2 years later, Charlie Sheen was rushed to the hospital after a drug overdose. It was later clear Charlie injected significant amounts of cocaine, leading to a severe reaction that required emergency attention. This not only underscored the severity of Sheen's addiction issues, it was also a wake-up call that highlighted the potentially life-threatening consequences. Despite these setbacks, Sheen continued to work in Hollywood, playing a role in movies like Rated X, Five Aces, and Free Money. Three years after Charlie was hospitalized due to his overdose, the creator of Two and a Half Men, Chuck Lorre, envisioned the show with Charlie in the lead role. He believed that Sheen's real-life persona, a comedic talent, would perfectly fit the character of Charlie Harper, a charming and womanizing bachelor, which was a good move. Sheen accepted the role because it allowed him to display his comedic skills regularly, and since then, he has been appreciated widely, getting many praises and making the show high rated. However, his personal life was awful when it came to substances and escorts. The off-screen behavior of Charlie Sheen often made headlines, contributing to his bad boy image.
Charlie Sheen has got to be on drugs again.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Many people felt like he was simply a worse version of his character, Charlie Harper. While playing the role of a womanizer in the show, he got divorced again. Well, actually 2 times. His second wife, Denise Richards, whom he married in 2002, gave him 2 daughters, Sam and Lola. The passion in the marriage ended again quickly, and by the year of 2005, they got divorced. 3 years later, Sheen got married for the 3rd time, this time to Brooke Milla, and they had twin sons together, Max and Bob. This marriage also faced challenges. With domestic violence allegations and custody battles, they divorced in 2011. After the divorce, Charlie Sheen was living with 2 of his girlfriends at the time, whom he called his goddesses. One of them was a Marijuana magazine cover girl, Natalie Kenley, and the other one was a well-known adult film star, Brie Olson. They were also helping Charlie to raise his 2 sons. When asked about fatherhood, Charlie felt uncomfortable and said he wanted another question.
And what makes you a good dad?
Everything. Next question.
Charlie Sheen played the role of Charlie Harper from the age of 37 and continued playing until he was 45. His role was both the most important one and the most loved one out of the whole show. He received a ton of compliments due to his character likability, audience appeal, and most importantly the iconic quotes such as,
Well, it's like this. Alcohol is for people who can afford to lose a few brain cells.
which goes well with the actor's lifestyle. And then, in early 2011, Sheen's relationship with the show creator worsened. Charlie called him a clown, a turd, and a stupid little man. Many journalists, such as Andrea Canning or Piers Morgan, were doing interviews with him, asking him questions about his usage of illegal substances and generally about his lifestyle. To which he replied very controversially, and you might just say he acted like a prick in the interviews. When Andrea Canning asked a question about his behavior being bipolar, he replied by saying,
Some are saying that you're bipolar.
Wow, what does that mean?
I guess that, you're on 2 ends of the spectrum.
I'm bi-winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
And as everyone expected, in March of 2011, Charlie Sheen was fired from 2.5 Men. His contract was terminated due to dangerously self-destructive conduct and inability to perform his duties. Despite Sheen's departure, the show continued for 4 more seasons with Ashton Kutcher being the new lead, playing a different character named Weldon Schmidt. Sheen later attempted a comeback with the show Anger Management, which ran from 2012 to 2014. However, his career never quite regained the heights it reached with 2.5 Men. His life later remained in the spotlight with ongoing issues related to substance abuse, legal battles, and health problems, including his 2015 disclosure that he was HIV positive. Luckily, since 2015, Charlie has been living a sober lifestyle, not seeking media attention and becoming an advocate for HIV awareness, talking about his experiences with the condition. While he hasn't been involved in any large TV show or movie projects recently, he has expressed interest in returning to acting. There is a large chance you'd also like this video, considering the fact you've watched this one until the end. You're watching The Truth.